SERVERBLIGHT, or The Empty Server, is an internet horror series made by two idiot Germans known as Derfish06 and possibly Lena. The series follows no-life basement dwellers and the average Packard fans playing some dogshit game that nobody cares about. But there's a twist because, surprise surprise, the server has AIDS, herpes, the bubonic plague, chlamydia, COVID-19, gonorrhea, polio, cholera. The server is infected by... get ready. The SERVERBLIGHT. I know. I just shit myself too. What does the SERVERBLIGHT do? I don't know. Dude, maybe you should watch a bit more into the video. Hint hint. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Please, God, I need the views.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I represent Taco Bell Dorito Shop.
Episode 1 starts out when some absolute goddamn nerd named Dixalot decides to play Payload on Thunder Mountain. Because he's a piece of shit that doesn't want to help push the cart, he picks Sniper to miss every shot he takes in Bonafag because it's also his least played class. Side tangent, I hope this guy fucking dies. God, I hit him already. He joins the game and gets told to kill himself by some dude named Gwilly Suit as soon as he says something. But since it's probably a regular occurrence for him on the account of being a puppy killer asshole, he only calls him a jerk and thinks nothing else about it. Since this guy is clearly fucking oblivious to the fact that everybody hates him and wants him dead, he asks where everyone is, not knowing that they're all hiding from him, because, as been previously established, he's a goddamn nerd. A red spy who has had enough of this guy's bullshit uncloaks and kills himself before leaving the game, because honestly, who wouldn't? Dixalot just finds this amusing like the sick, twisted son of a bitch he is. Then, a red scout appears, running in a straight line. Dixalot takes a shot and misses, because of course he does, before the scout just suddenly stops and looks at Dixalot while nodding, knowing he'd rather die than spend another moment having this fucking guy around. Okay, I should probably stop being such a hater. But with a username like Dixalot, it's hard not to give him shit for basically anything. Anyways, Dixalot gives this guy his best Lee Harvey impression before beginning to explore the map further. He comes across a dead heavy who only just missed the health pack in front of him, probably because he was running from something and his fat ass couldn't reach the health pack in time. Dixalot, obviously having had his fill of bullshit for the day, tries to disconnect, but when he does, it doesn't work! Ooh, scary! And then the heavy is gone! Ooh. After having thoroughly pissed himself, he finally decides to play the goddamn game and push the cart, but his ADD or something along those lines kicks in, and he gets distracted again, this time by a red engineer. Dixalot, being the rosy nosy he is, follows the engineer, only to find him standing completely still. But not in like the, oh hold on guys, my mom made pizza rolls, AFK kind of still, more like the hands in your pockets, just hanging around kind of still. Anyways, the engineer, who we now know is Ghillie Suit from earlier, keeps telling Dixalot to kill himself. Really just trying to hammer it into him. Dixalot, however, is more focused on the fact that Gwilly is talking and moving like an actual fucking person! Like, quick spoiler warning, but whatever, dude. You clicked on the video. You know what you're doing. Gwilly isn't under the influence of the SERVERBLIGHT yet. He's just doing this shit. And it never gets brought again. I shake you not. They just never explain this. And I just want to know how. Like, did he sell his skull to Gaben? Is this some kind of, like, premium LaMal box kind of thing? Whatever. I'm just going to go with the idea that, like, the longer you're on the server with the SERVERBLIGHT, you become more intertwined with the server or the game or some bullshit like that. Okay, so I wrote that part before I watched episode 5. So, spoiler again, they do actually bring it up. So, I was wrong, I guess, whatever. But I was on, like, the right track with what my ideas, so we'll put a pin in that. Anyways, Gwilly takes Dixalot's tribal shift and tells Dixalot that he's got to leave while he still can. But then Gwilly sees something that gives him a little spook. Maybe and even a bit of heebie-jeebies. And he runs up the stairs. The stairs. The stairs. When Dixalot looks to see what has scared him, he sees the hand of a heavy who has... one second. 1, 2, 3, 4... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fingers. Wow, Gwilly. I had no clue you were scared of people with physical deformities. Come on. It's the 21st century, you're better than that. Okay, so what if he sounds like that? It's clearly just an accent. Even if his voice makes the music stop, it's probably not because he's some bad guy or something. Anyway, since apparently everybody in the SERVERBLIGHT universe is a xenophobe, Dixalot hits the ground running and... Holy shit! We need all the red circles and arrows right now. His face! Look at his face! He's scared! That's not like a TF2. It's a far cry from Gwilly, but maybe the crack theory about the exposure to SERVERBLIGHT isn't so far off after all. By the way, how is Gwilly doing? No fucking way they actually did the thing! Anyways, yeah, it's made pretty clear that you probably don't want to get caught by this thing, even if it is screaming out for help over and over. Dixalot runs away from the blade and jumps off the edge of the map before leaving the game, which is where the video ends. So, what have we learned so far? I don't know. A bit more like Tom Brady, I guess.
I hate you, 'cause you look different.
Okay, this was the shortest in the series, and I don't really give a shit about it, so I'm just gonna use 1 or 2 words to describe each scene. iPad kid. Fun. Turtling. Headache. Puppet. Disconnect. Thank you. Dumbass. Only important thing is that the SERVERBLIGHT seems kind of like some kind of machine learning thing, and if it is, that means little Johnny on his iPad taught the SERVERBLIGHT how to leave. So thanks, Johnny, you fucking dumbass.
Down. What makes me a good demo man? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing.
Alright, this episode is long as hell. I really didn't want to go through and cover it myself, so I went to Intricate Labs to see if I could use this video for some inspiration. But I got some negative feedback on his end, so we gotta do things the hard way. Anyways, yes, episode numero 3, number 3, the biggest one yet. Holy crap! Dixalot is back.
Fuck!
And he's got his friend with him now. We learned pretty quickly that Dixalot's friend is named Matt, and Dixalot is named Aaron. Also, if we'd gotten the full cut of the video, we have also learned that they are gay lovers. But the hour and 39-minute sex scene that was going to let us know this information was ultimately cut to release the video on time. If none of that sounds true, then I'm not sure you're even a SERVERBLIGHT fan at all, dude. But anyways, Matt tells his boyfriend to go soldier since he loses a match on that one match with Snow called Snowy Coast. And with their efforts, plus some help from a heavy, they win the game. But since all the other people in the server are massive homophobe who hate the idea of 2 gay people plus a heavy just winning like that, they all leave. Anyways, the teams are scrambled, Aaron gets PTSD from Matt mentioning casual, and then, oh, holy shit! Bring back the arrows! It's the SERVERBLIGHT! Also, Aaron's eyes are twitching a fair bit here, huh? Almost like it's something to do with the SERVERBLIGHT. Anyways, Aaron immediately recognizes that the SERVERBLIGHT has joined and says that they need to leave. However, once again, the SERVERBLIGHT has made so they can't leave. So, good fucking luck, I guess. I don't. What the fuck? Why did I write this in the script? It's so goddamn redundant. Alright, second side tangent. How the fuck could Johnny Boy leave when Aaron and Matt couldn't? Like, everyone else was unable to get out of there, but some random ass nose-picking 10-year-old could. I mean, hold on. Then again, it could be like, fuck. So Johnny Boy left, but the SERVERBLIGHT, he let him leave. Or I say he, the SERVERBLIGHT's like an it thing. Where pronouns, woke, agenda, whatever. But because the SERVERBLIGHT, whatever it is, it let him leave because it's like it's an algorithm, like I said before. It's a GPT thing. So it knows that if he let them, if he let him leave, that then he knows how to leave. But why couldn't he leave before if he knew how to leave? You know, it's like a it just goes in over and over, you know. Whatever. Tension over. Aaron and Matt set out after agreeing that they could just all F4 if the situation went bad. The blue heavy, however, in his infinite wisdom, has decided to go alone despite saying we go together. So he might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. After capturing the first point, Matt spots a scout and decides to go after it, despite Aaron clearly telling him that's a stupid fucking idea for him to do that. What can later be heard is the sound of Matt swinging his herb saw and the scout screaming as he dies. Aaron heads over to Matt, who is staring over the now deceased scout. The scout is also the same one for the first video! Oh my god! Aaron asks Matt if he's okay, which Matt affirms that he is. However, anybody who isn't dumb can immediately tell that Matt is just repeating exactly what he said before. But not just the words, but like the same cadence, the same everything. Alas, Aaron doesn't know yet, but his loving boyfriend of 7 years has been taken from him by the SERVERBLIGHT. They hear some shotgun blasts before they continue pushing the payload because they both know that even with Eldritch horrors around, the grind never stops. However, the shotgun blasts are heard again, so Aaron instructs Matt to go check it out. Aaron then follows Matt before getting distracted by the scout from earlier. Spindly looking motherfucker, ain't he? After Matt calls for him, Aaron goes with Matt to check on Scuba Master 96, the heavy, whose brain is about as smooth as his gibbous covered head. However, when they find Scuba Master, it's clear that he's already been infected by the SERVERBLIGHT. Now, how do I know this? Only from the subtle clues left by the creators, of course. Like how he repeats what he said earlier, how he stands unnaturally still. That, too, I guess? Scuba Master begins to chase the two, backing them up against a wall before Aaron starts a vote kick, kicking Scuba Master from the game before it could reach him and Matt. Let me tell you, this will be important when we reach episode 5. Ooh boy, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for this! Aaron tells Matt that they need to jump into the pit on last, and they head out. On the way, they pass by a demo man tweaking on the Benjamin, and then the one and only Johnny Boy. Johnny's shivering in the cold, and his leg is a little messed up, but it'll probably be fine. He can walk it off. Johnny then asks if it's heaven, and if it is, why is it so cold? Now, I'm just saying, there's no way this kid's like older than 8 if he's spelling like heaven like that. And if he is older than 8, he could probably make the educated guess that this cold black void probably ain't heaven. I mean, then again, I'm just being nitpicky to distract myself how the fact how absolutely fucked it would be to this kid right now. Like, or hell, the kid's family and the friends in this situation. Like, genuinely, that's some depressing shit to think about. And I totally want to have an episode focused on how the SERVERBLIGHT has affected the lives close to people who are afflicted, by the SERVERBLIGHT, because, like, that's an interesting topic. Do that. Make that. Anyways, like I was saying before I got on the real shit for a second, this kid is more on the doll side when it comes to knives in the drawer. Clearly, Aaron knew this too, and tries to yell at the kid, but before he can, the SERVERBLIGHT appears, and Aaron and Matt begin to run. After escaping the SERVERBLIGHT, Aaron takes on a moment to catch his breath. He begins on going a bit of a dialogue to Matt, talking about how the SERVERBLIGHT's learning to properly imitate players before Matt, aka the SERVERBLIGHT, has had enough waiting and finally reveals to Aaron that he's been assimilated ever since he went to go get that scout. Aaron is in absolute disbelief. I mean, look at him. He's crazy. He's probably bawling his eyes out behind the screen right now before he begins to run as the now deformed Matt gets chased, safely making it to the pit and disconnected, saying that he's sorry. The assimilated Matt's appearance shifts back to normal as his shit-eating grin plasters his face. Clearly, he's ready to assimilate the next batch of dumbasses that join as the video ends.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's, an indie horror game that you guys suggested en masse, and I saw that Yami Mass played it and he said it was really...
Okay, I'm not gonna go super in depth on this one because I genuinely want you, yes you, to go and listen to this one yourself. It's like a short story audiobook kind of thing, but the whole thing is just insanely well written for a fucking silly TF2 horror thing, and my stuttering ass could not do it justice whatsoever, so please just go watch it and come back. I promise you won't regret it. But anyways, this episode gives us the perspective of someone taken over by the SERVERBLIGHT. It's like, whatever. We learned that the people who are infected are still alive in some form, as well as, like, the SERVERBLIGHT is, like, definitely evil. Like, really, really evil. Like, it thrives on being evil, almost as if it was, like, made for that. That's not a theory, I'm just, like, a maybe. Like, I'm making comparisons, you know. But at least, if it was made on purpose, that is. I got no clue where this fucking thing came from, how it's made, or anything. I just know you should probably just fucking avoid that. I don't, not good. But, I mean, if that's not a good enough analysis of the video for you, which I'm sure it isn't, I'm a goddamn dumbass, and I don't want to make videos. I'm sorry. Go watch it, like I said. Analyze it yourself, dude. Fuck, I don't know. I'm just the messenger.
If murder is illegal, then that means abortion should be too. It is immoral to kill baby.
Oh, Stewie, I'm so full around him. So full of poo.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, this one's a doozy if I've ever seen one. Okay, the video starts from the perspective of an immortal Amazon drone in a match on Dispo. The drone travels through the map before stopping a blue team spawn, where the perspective shifts to that of the spy. Why is the camera going past the screen? For the first time in the series, we get to see some live action stuff, and in my opinion, It's pretty well integrated with the anime parts of the video. It's pretty good. Also, Lino was great at conveying the emotions of Gavin, the spy. By the way, I think Gavin's the spy. It's just in the description, without speaking too much. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Pretty good. Gavin begins to play the game as normal, cloaking and sneaking behind Red Team before he hears something behind him outside the game. He turns to look for it. However, he notices nothing and heads back to the game. He respawns after having died from being distracted by the noise. And he's saying doing that thing with your hands to warm them up, you know. Clearly, that room he's got to be in is just hella chilly. It's worth noting that ghosts apparently cause the room they're in to get cold. It's like a common myth or whatever. But who knows? Maybe he has like a ghost box full of ghosts. The box full of ghosts. The ghost box. I mean, I know I do. It wouldn't be out of the question. Everybody has a ghost box. If you don't have a ghost box, you're missing out. Anyways, he disguises and tries the same strategy because he can't learn from his mistakes. However, other than an AFK soldier, his team appears to be completely gone. However, when cloaked behind Red Team, he hears the same noise, this time in the game. He turns around to see a red sniper looking straight at him despite being cloaked. As Gavin moves more into the map, he checks behind him once more as the Zizal guy makes a noise in the background. He kills the red medic before looking down at his hands and, oh my god! Oh, I caught it! Dude, I fucking caught it! There's no way this wasn't what they were trying to get at by including this. There's no goddamn way! Anyways, Gavin, clearly unnerved by suddenly being French, stands still in game for a moment. He lets out a quick expletive before being touched, no diddy, by a hand on his shoulder. Startled, he turns in game only to see a red soldier who quickly runs out of sight. He pauses for a minute to type out a message to the server as a teammate of his captures the first point. However, when he cloaks and runs back to the point, a group of players from both teams are just standing still while staring at him. But we already know these guys definitely ain't players anymore. I mean, come on. It's the SERVERBLIGHT. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, it's either that or an intervention. The SERVERBLIGHT begins to repeat a few lines from earlier as the camera shifts to Gavin pissing himself from fear. God, I can't imagine what he'd be doing if he knew about the heavy standing right behind him. He moves to the side while cloaked as the gazes of the players follow his movement. As soon as he notices this, he begins to start running away from the group of players. As he turns the corner, he sees the soldier from earlier, his limbs stretched and voice distorted as he runs towards Gavin. Immediately, Gavin turns to take the stairs to the underground flank, stopping as soon as he thinks he's far enough from the soldier in order to try and leave the game. However, despite his efforts, he can't seem to leave. He looks away from his monitor, only to see the same area as the game, this time with him in it. He turns back to the monitor, and after beginning to hear footsteps come from the stairs, he begins to run before he reaches the final point, which appears to be completely unguarded. In an attempt to leave the match, he tries to capture the point in order to end the game, but when he steps on the point, the game says that the capture is blocked by the enemy. And sure enough, it is. Yup, that's where Scuba Master went after he got kicked in the third episode. He got kicked by Aaron, joined this server, and they're just kind of blighted all over the place, you feel me? Anyways, the server blight begins to close in on Gavin in an insane video sequence, swapping between from the game to real life, back and forth, before ending on Gavin's lifeless body. The pupils of his eyes have been completely drained of color as he lays against the chair, dead.
Okay, the party. I swear to God. We're gonna be okay.
Overall, this series is pretty shit. But no, in all seriousness, I love how much of a fresh take this is for like the source digital horror scene, whatever. Besides like a Mises Blue, Interloper, and the TF2 anomalies or whatever, the average source horror videos are just along the lines of, oh my god, the ragdolls are alive, or like, oh, there's a scary black man in my game who watches me.
Look different.
The series, well, obviously taking inspiration from other pieces of media like, you know, Hoovy Dundee, whatever, managed to actually be engaging while still feeling like connected to the game of TF2. I had the privilege of being able to ask Derfish, one of the two Germans, a couple of questions about the series, which he was kind enough to answer me. Two of them were honestly just me double-checking things I was pretty sure about, but just wanted to make sure. However, I asked the first question because I was a bit curious about how they went something like retcons and maintaining continuity in general. He mentions how when people just usually spot continuity errors in their videos, they just run with it as if it was intentional. I honestly love this approach to something like this. I mean, sure, it's not the most groundbreaking thing in the fucking world, but like it allows for more thought to be put in the larger story beats as opposed to just having a way to counteract. Just burn the PC off, herder. By the way, just you could totally say that like since your consciousness is connected to the server, you would just like die or something. You turn off your PC. That's just like just my Just giving out like my opinion. Anyways, great series. I give it like 4.34 Eldritch Horrors beyond my comprehension out of 5. Good job. I still think he probably isn't that like hard to beat. I could probably just fucking punch him or something.